Hello, in this video we will discuss about first come first serve CPU scheduling algorithm. In this video we will see how first come first serve CPU scheduling algorithm works. So we know there are many of CPU scheduling algorithm and FCFS is very starting one scheduling algorithm among all. So let's see what is CPU scheduling algorithm first. So in brief, CPU works on concurrent processes and to utilize the CPU and to make all the concurrent processes working at the same time to make CPU more efficient and utilized. So CPU uses different kind of scheduling algorithm, and FCFS is very simplest scheduling algorithm among all. So let's see how FCFS work and what kind of exercises we see in FCFS. So this is the question in which there are four processes given: P0, P1, P2 and P3, and different arrival times of these processes and respectively the burst time or CPU time, or we can also say the execution time of respective process is 5 units of time, 4 units of time, 5 units of time and 6 units of time. So let's see the turnaround time for every process, waiting time for every process P0, P1, P2 and P3, and average turnaround time and average waiting time for this question. So let's start. So at initially we have to make a Gantt chart to solve this question. Gantt chart, and in the Gantt chart let's say the execution of these processes starts from time 0 and at the arrival time 0. So at the initially process P0 was available to execute, and it will execute for 5 units of time, and FCFS, first come first serve scheduling algorithm, is a non-preemptive type of scheduling algorithm. So if any other processes interrupt in between, then it will not stop the execution and will not allow to other processes till the completion of this process is not finished. So in first come first serve scheduling algorithm, first process will complete its execution completely, and after that it will allow the other process to execute. So at time 0 P0 is available to execute, and it will execute its execution, and it will take 5 units of time. So up to 5 process P0 will execute, and then P1 process will come and will complete its execution in 4 units of time. So 5 plus 4 up to 9 units of time, and then process P2 will come and will complete its execution in 5 units of time. So 9 plus 5 up to 5 units of time, and P3 will come in ready queue now and is ready to execute, and it will take 6 units of time. So 14 plus 6 20. So now we have to find the turnaround time and waiting time for each and every process, and average waiting time and average turnaround time. So we can find out the turnaround time as completion time of any process minus arrival time of that process, and the waiting time can be calculated for each and every process as the turnaround time minus burst time minus burst time. So using this formula we are finding out the turnaround time for process P0, and it is completion time of P0, that is 5, minus arrival time, that is 0. So turnaround time is 5, and waiting time of P0 is turnaround time of P0, that is 5, minus burst time, that is 5. So waiting time for P0 process is 0, means the process didn't wait and directly came into ready queue for execution. Okay, let's see. For second process P1, turnaround time is completion time 9 minus arrival time 1, so 8, and the waiting time will be turnaround time minus burst time 4, that is 4 units of time. Now turnaround time for process P2 is completion time is 14 and arrival time is 2. Now let's see the waiting time for P2 is turnaround time 12 minus burst time 5, so 7 units of time. Okay, turnaround time for P3 is 20 minus 3, 17, and waiting time is 17 minus 6, so that is 11. Okay, 11 units of time. So we can find out the average waiting time and average turnaround time. Average waiting time for every process is 0 plus 4 plus so average waiting time for these 4 processes P0, P1, P2 and P3 is 5.4, and average turnaround time for P0, P1, P2 and P3 is 10.5 units of time. In the next videos we will discuss about other CPU scheduling algorithms. So if you like, share and subscribe this video. Thank you.